In this video, we will discuss about how the immunosuppression occurs when Siglec-10 on the immune cells and CD24 on the tumor cell interacts. So we have covered these things in briefly, that how the Siglecs it leads to the immunosuppression by interacting with the tumor cells. And in this video, we will discuss one example which include the Siglec-10 and the CD24, which is the ligand for the Siglec-10 receptors that are expressed on the immune cells. So here is the examples that are shown here. Before going to the interactions, let us understand how this CD24 starts to form in the tumor cells. So this is the gene sequence, and whenever in the tumor cells there is a hypoxia condition, that will lead to this kind of complex formation that will promote the CD24 formation, that is HIF 1 alpha complex interacts with the gene sequence or promoter of the CD24, and that leads to the CD24 mRNA formation. However, there are several microRNAs that inhibits the translation of this mRNA into the final CD24, and some of these microRNAs are MIR16A and MIR34A. So due to the epigenetic changes that are occur in the tumor cells, so when there is epigenetic changes of this microRNA 34A also occurs, that leads to the this translation of this CD24 mRNA into the CD24, and after that it will convert it into the SRC, and finally leads to the upregulation of this MIR21. And this MIR21, it will downregulates this CD4 or PTEN, and this PD, CD4 and PTEN are related to the immune responses. So downregulation of this will also leads to the immunosuppression. And apart from this microRNA 34, apart from the microRNAs, other things that affect the CD24 mRNA translations are this H19 and WNT beta catenin process. So because of the epigenetic changes, when all of these factors are downregulated, that leads to the upregulations of the CD24, and simultaneously this PD, CD4 and PTEN will downregulated. So this conditions when occurred in the tumor cells, that leads to the overexpression of the CD24 on the tumor cells. So, and when they interact with the immune cells, what happens? The immune cells, those immune cells that contain Siglec-10 receptors, the CD24 is a post translation. While during maturation process, CD24 gets decorated with the glycans during post translation modification, and it has the sialic acid in the end. So this sialic acid of the CD24, when interacts with the Siglec-10 receptors of the immune cells, it will trigger this ITIM or immunosuppressions through this phosphorylation signaling within the immune cells, and because of this it will lead to the upregulation of SHP2 and SHP1, and that will finally downregulates this TRL signaling and the signal reduction of the immune cell receptors. So these T cell receptors, when T cell receptors on B cell receptors function gets downregulated whenever this ITIM phosphorylation signaling pathways get activated. Because of downregulation of these T cell receptors, then it will not be able to detect the tumor antigens or the efficiency of these immune cells to detect the tumor antigens decreases because of the less number of T cell receptors or this toll-like receptors, which is essential to detect the tumor cells and then detect the tumor cells and then activate or trigger the immune response. So this is just one of the examples how the sialic acids that are overexpressed on the tumor cells leads to the immunosuppression. So I hope you got an idea how this change in the post-translation modifications of the tumor cells can be one of the cause for the immunosuppression. So that is one of the reasons why now there is a push to prevent this or to block this kind of Siglec kind of receptors on the immune cells, so that they can improve the immunotherapy efficiencies on the solid tumors such as pancreatic cancers. So however, that area is uh, still under process, and so far there is no commercially available medicines. uh, there are not commercially available medicines in the market that work on this approach. So I hope you got an idea how the immunosuppression occurs through the Siglec-10 and CD24 interactions. And if you need to understand in detail about this interactions and the interactions of the Siglec-10 and CD24 and the immunosuppression, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.